Whoop! Alright, check it out. I've been seeing this video on my timeline for the past couple of days. And I've been meaning to watch it. And I decided to watch it on stream. Because, like, why not? It's called The Art of Delayed Gratification. And it's basically about the whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. I know it's over, but, like, you know, people still making videos and feeding off of it. So, you know, I guess, why not do the same, you know? So, yeah, let's get into it.
I tried to tell him, I really did. If we
the Super Bowl
do get
performance
a
was
proper
tough, by the
diss
way.
track from Kendrick, it's going
I really
to be
enjoyed
legendary.
I know a lot of people didn't, but I think the Super Bowl performance.
This is the story of how.
The thing about the Super Bowl performance, I think it catered more to people who was watching it from home. You know, like, cause I seen people saying like, actually being at the Super Bowl, it didn't really hit hard for them, but watching it on TV, mind you, I've rewatched it like a bunch of times. I lost count, but I feel like it catered more to those who were watching from home because the whole quality and production of it was fantastic. Might not have been the same actually like watching it live at the actual Super Bowl. They didn't get to see everything we saw, you know, all the symbolism and everything. They probably didn't see that the first time there. Like, for example, being at the actual Super Bowl, they probably didn't realize that the stage was a PlayStation controller. You had to see that, like, you had to go back and rewatch it to actually catch everything, you know. But yeah, I think the performance was good, and that's just my personal opinion.
Drake and some others would indulge in instant gratification, looking good at first but ultimately losing, versus how Kendrick would invest in delayed gratification, appearing weak at first but ultimately winning enormously.
5 Grammys. Clean sweep at the Grammys for one song.
I got a comment that says I need to stop talking about Kendrick Lamar, and to that I simply say, no! Let's take it back to where my last Kendrick video left off. Mind you, after Kendrick released Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, we didn't even know if he was going to make music again. His final message was a mantra of self-love, of choosing family and health and his own well-being above his music. And as fans, we were like, is Kendrick breaking up with us? As I said in that last video, if Mr. Morale was his last album,
calm down, Max!
But if he chooses violence and gives us more music, I'm here for that too. There we were in March of 2024.
Max, calm down! Stop!
When reactors were listening to the new Futuro Metro Boomin album We Don't Trust You, when one track with a hidden feature caught people's attention.
These niggas talking out of their neck, put no coughing out of your mouth. I'm way too paranoid for that.
Just these few seconds contain so much information, it's insane. First of all, Kendrick is making music.
Well, when that song first came out, boy, that was my reaction, bro. Like legit. Because I wasn't expecting it. It was literally out of nowhere.
And he sounds impassioned.
Not
right off
like
the bat,
that.
He's saying 3 different things very concisely. He tells us that people are lying. He warns them to stop. He explains why. Which brings us to our first lesson: concision, or the quality
I'm not
of
talking
being
to Roby.
concise.
I'm making a video.
There's a common misconception that being concise means keeping things
and I'm
short,
keeping
and
this
that's
in
not
the video,
exactly
by the way.
true. Concision
Like,
is
why
about
not?
density of value. It means all killer, no filler. It's the opposite of adding meaningless fluff to pad word counts in your essays. It's cutting out everything that's not essential or impactful. For words are like sunbeams. They are stronger the more they are condensed. This is something that I would praise much of Kendrick's music for, but I think that he really epitomizes with this feature. Because like that is an extremely concise 1-minute verse. And for that length, it says and does so much. And what's extra fascinating to me about this is as concise as he is in this verse, it's not so robotically airtight as to have no swagger in it. If If you want, you could min-max how many words you squeeze into a verse, but it ends up sounding overly technical and robotic. This sounds stylish. He makes it sound easy. And at this point, you might be wondering, where is all this aggression coming from? Wasn't his whole last album about choosing peace, like going through therapy? He answers that in one line.
I choose violence.
It is by being concise that when this verse first came out, Kendrick knew
Man,
his
look,
message.
bro. This beef is 10 years in the making. He been trying to keep it peaceful. But Drake think he's slick. So it gets to the point. It gets to the point, bro. You just gotta choose violence. And he chose violence and he ended it. Simple as that. Drake pushed him there.
Would be heard loud and clear. He didn't do anything but put it in the art. And he didn't even post about that art. It was a hidden feature. He knew that people were going to be listening to the future Metro Boomin album. He knew that when people heard his voice it'd be exciting. And by making his verse concise, there's no way we could miss what he's saying.
No
It's
blaze.
impossible
That's
to miss what
facts.
he's saying.
That's
I think
facts. No
anybody
blaze.
who's
That's
good at
facts.
writing will tell you need to practice taking out what is not essential. You need to remove clutter. This is why creative firms spend months working on ad placements that are only 15 or 30 seconds long. This is why copywriters work to get slogans down to as few words as possible. Concision promotes clarity. It promotes quality over quantity. About 25 seconds in, we get the first major call out.
Oh my god. Bro. Wait. Bro, look at Screwface, bro. Look at Screwface. Bruh. His reactions are my favorite. No Life Shaq and the twins. The Law twins, I f them too. And him.
And for anyone
Where'd
who's not
Dante?
aware, briefly we'll give the context this deserves.
Cole.
Only a few months before, Drake and J. Cole came out with a song called First Person Shooter. And I won't lie to you.
That song is
I like
tough,
the
by the way.
song.
That's my favorite
It's great.
song on that album.
And most of all, I'm a video guy, and my favorite video director of the younger generation, Gibson Hazard, made it, and I think he did a fantastic job on it. That's why in one of my videos you see a quick shot of it, because there was a point in time where I was going to break down this music video. So this was a hype video, one that we would later learn Kendrick was allegedly asked to be a part of, and he denied.
Surprised you wanted that feature request.
You know
that
we
we
got
got
some
some shit
to
to
address.
address.
So those two went on to make it anyway, and Cole would
That's
still
just
include
me, I
this line
guess.
about how the
Some
three of them
things
are
just
the big three,
cringeworthy.
but
You
Drake
ain't
would
even
only
gotta
refer
be
to the
deep,
two
I
of them.
guess.
And the video would show them being depicted playing two-player games like ping pong and chess. Now, do I think these guys were intentionally trying to push Kendrick out of the big three narrative with this imagery? Not really, no. Do I think Kendrick took it personally? Yes.
Of course.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that. And it became personal with me.
Motherfuck the big three. Nigga, it's just big me, nigga.
Bro,
as
he
an
was so
artist, you
petty
aim
with
to be
it, bro.
concise. It promotes clarity and quality over
He was
quantity.
so petty
This is
with it.
about respecting the time and attention
He
span
knew the
of your
reaction that it was
audience.
gonna get.
It makes sure your message is heard. Remember, you don't have to talk a lot to say a lot.
We the big three, the best rappers to be. They're really gonna like that, man. I can't wait to celebrate being the best in the game with my friends.
Drake's a fucking bomb! Cole's a fucking bomb! Fuck the big three, y'all bomb!
Part 2, instant gratification. So because of this verse, understandably, there was a lot of pressure put on Drake and J. Cole to respond. Only a couple weeks later, on April 5th, J. Cole's mixtape Might Delete Later
7
comes
Minute
out,
Drill.
which features a song at the very end called 7 Minute Drill. This was clearly him feeling the pressure to respond, and so he did.
Your first shit was classic. Your
Bro,
last shit
Cole
was
didn't even have
tragic.
to
Your
respond, bro.
second
He just
shit
caught a
was
few strays.
but
That's
they
it.
gassed it.
And he ultimately deleted it later.
That shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel. That shit
Man,
disrupts
look,
my
bro.
fucking peace.
J. Cole called to Pimp a Butterfly
bro.
boring and then couldn't sleep for the next couple nights.
Bro, everybody that was on Cole's top for apologizing, bro. Out of everybody involved in the beef, he's the smartest one. that was the best decision he could have ever made, because you see what happened with Drake. Kendrick was going to take it there with anybody who was involved. Anybody who wanted to keep it going, he was going to take it there, bro. J. Cole knew that. He knows Kendrick, bro. So he did, though. He made a wise move by apologizing and minding his own business, bro. Let them two duke it out. He ain't want none of that smoke. So, hey, I ain't gonna lie. At that time, I thought it was low key kind of soft for him to apologize as well, because it's rap beef, But at the same time, I understood why he did it, because that's Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is a whole battle rapper, bro. He'll take it there. He'll take it there, and Cole knew that. He knew that. He had to think about the future, bro. Like, what effects it would have on his career in the future, because you see what's going on with Drake. Respect to Cole, bro. Respect to Cole.
I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the chin.
You can hit me if you want. I'm sorry, Kendrick. Take your best shot. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Now let's take a
We're
second
not gonna sit here and
remember
act
the
like
golden
Cole
rule
is still
that
not one of
once
them.
Published,
Still not
art
one
is
of the greatest of
forever.
all time,
No
bro.
takesy backs.
We're not gonna disrespect
It
Cole.
doesn't matter if you delete it later. We can literally still go listen to it. Digital copies have already
It's
been
on my
made
playlist,
and will
by the way.
exist within the digital beast
I like the
forever.
beat.
And also, you can't rescind the impression that art has made on its audience. You can't make them unhear or unwatch it like Mr. Krabs. And I think this is a wonderful illustration of some instant gratification.
4 albums in 12 years, nigga. I can divide.
This is the dumbest angle I've ever heard. You're saying on average it takes them 3 years to make an album? Do you know what fucking albums we're talking about? This is Good Kid, Mad City. This is To Pimp a Motherfucking Butterfly, an album that you might only see once a generation or at least a decade. I know that he's quoting Jay-Z here.
4 albums in 10 years, nigga. I could divide.
That logic is still dumb there too. If you're in the interest of quantity over quality and trying to do as many numbers as you can, there's a different word for that. Rick Rubin.
My unpopular opinion, Mr. Morale is better than To Pimp a Butterfly. That's just my opinion. I'm a rank Kendrick's albums in order from greatest to least greatest. Because if you ask me, he don't got no bad albums. So, again, my opinion, Kendrick's best album is Damn. His second best album is Good Kid, Mad City. Third best, GNX. Fourth best, Mr. Morale. And fifth best, To Pimp a Butterfly. That's just my personal opinion. Y'all could go down in the comments, tell me how y'all would rank it, but that's just how I feel. Don't roast me, alright? You know what I'm saying?
He calls it commerce.
They're not being made by a person who cares about it. They're being made by people who are trying to make something that they think someone else is going to like. And that's not how art works.
Those glasses are
art
very
doesn't.
interesting.
That's something else. It's not art. That's commerce.
And so maybe you should go into business, because some of us are trying to make great art over here. So in conclusion, don't pull a 7-minute drill. The whole thing with instant gratification is that it feels good at first, but ultimately is a net loss. And the whole thing with delayed gratification is that it doesn't feel good at first, but it's a net gain. It's a much larger win. It's like that popular experiment where you can either have one marshmallow now or wait a little bit and have several marshmallows later. As an artist, you should generally avoid instant gratification. Okay, so that was Cole's instant gratification. Let's move on to Drake.
I have it on good information that both sides went in the booth and came out.
They're ready.
And what I'm hearing about both sides is that it's nuclear.
Now, Push-Ups was actually a great diss in my opinion.
Push-Ups was
I
tough.
think this was the peak
Push-Ups
of
was
Drake
actually
in this
tough, I
battle.
ain't gonna lie.
He was looking really strong here.
I like
felt
Push-Ups.
like the ghostwriters cooked with this one. The main narrative he's painting with this song is that Kendrick has a bad relationship with his label, that they might be taking 50% of his money. Hence, drop to the ground and give me 50 push-ups, drop music and give me 50% of the money. And so it was like, damn, if Kendrick really is losing half his money to his former label and that's why he's left, that's some crazy shit. Push-Ups is actually a really great diss until he overstepped his bounds with that one line. I be with some bodyguards like Whitney. Yes, a clever double entendre, but a sincere lapse in judgment, identical to the mistake he made with Pusha T when he mentioned Pusha T's fiance. Keep playing with my name and I'ma let it ring on you like Virginia Williams. That was the reason why Pusha T escalated and told us, you are hiding a child, let that boy come home. It was probably bullied into fatherhood ever since. That was back in 2018. So minus the Whitney line, this
Really,
track doesn't
Pepper,
really
bro.
commit
Why are you doing dumb
sin, but the next one does a lot.
I ain't gonna lie. Taylor Made is the weakest. It's the weakest diss out of all of them. It's the weakest diss in this beef, especially because he used AI, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I did not. I can't respect Taylor Made, but nah, that's I ain't gonna lie. Oh my God, I did not like Taylor Made, bro. That's the worst diss in the whole beef, bro. I don't care what nobody say.
Freestyle, air quotes, freestyle, is the centerpiece of this chapter because it really is, as a strategic play, Drake going all in on instant gratification, which is to say he's placing his bet on the short-term events while either lacking or willfully disregarding foresight of its long-term effects. So in this song, Drake brings back his back-to-back tactic.
And I was gonna say, bro,
where he drops a
Pusha T got on that with Drake, bro.
As a point to how long it's taken them to respond.
He violated
perhaps
that
winning
man.
the crowd in the process. It worked great against Meek Mill and their beef when he dropped Charged Up, and then he came out with Back to Back, which was very catchy, very energetic, and Meek Mill did take so long to respond that by the time he did, Drake kind of already had the crowd won. Back to Back was a really fun track that kind of killed Meek Mill with the memes. Literally, the visuals for his show those days were just meme compilations about Meek Mill. But back to Taylor Made, I think it's safe to say this move was a big gamble on Drake's part.
Chill out!
Only using this new and controversial AI technology to change his voice to two rappers, two idols of Kendrick's.
Nephew, what the fuck you really got to do?
But one of them being deceased was really walking the line.
Yeah, that I couldn't respect that, bro.
The conversation was necessarily brought up. Is this
that was just weird?
They did what? When? How?
Right, huh?
Are you sure?
The edibles.
There's a couple ways of interpreting this. The favorable interpretation is this is a brilliant
and then
4D chess
Snoop
move,
went on Twitter and said it was the
warfare,
edibles.
to get in Kendrick's head and to force out a rushed response. While I do think it is distasteful, there is some validity. Forcing out a rushed response might have Drake's best strategy. It might have worked. So this was a big, huge move of instant gratification. Yes, this is distasteful, but it could win the whole battle.
It's a gamble. Life's a gamble.
And so here Drake is in push-ups, in Taylor Made, begging him to drop.
Drop. Step a 50 man for the mom and the spot.
Saying,
what the fuck is taking so long? We waiting on you.
Saying,
you supposed to be the boogeyman. Go do what you do. Unless it's in a moment that you tell us it's not really you.
And because of all this, the world was wondering where Kendrick Lamar was more than ever. More than his 5-year hiatus we were looking to hear from him. I was waking up every day texting my friends saying, Lord, please let this be the day that Kung Fu Kenny destroys this man. Please let this be the day that King Kunta annihilates this fool. I wasn't worried about Kendrick not being a good enough writer. I always believed he was the better writer and the better storyteller. That's
Facts.
why I placed my bet on him publicly before he responded. But what I did worry about is the digital beast, the internet. Because we live in an era of mass communication and miscommunication. Don't believe what you see on the internet. Abraham Lincoln. The internet is a big confusing mess. Would
Abe did not say that, bro.
the narrative with
I know it was a joke, but like,
approach
I'm
to
sorry.
digital communication, where he never
I actually
posts
thought
any
he said
stories,
that.
Any tweets.
For some reason, hold on. For some reason, for a second, I actually thought he was quoting Abraham Lincoln just now. Maybe I'm the dumb in this situation, but like, come on, bro.
Communication in the art. If you want to know what Kendrick has to say, you have to listen to his music. And so there we were, when the world was wondering where he was more than ever before, when we needed to know what he had to say more than ever before, was precisely the moment that he would drop his 6-minute densely
Man, I ain't gonna talk about it.
record Euphoria.
Don't tell a lie on me. I won't tell the truth about you. But don't tell no lie about me.
And I won't tell the truth about you.
You know, one thing
Euphoria is the best diss track throughout the entire beef. It's the best diss track in the entire beef. I stand by that. Euphoria is the best diss track in the entire beef. It's better than Not Like Us. It's better than Meet the Grams. And it's better than 616 in LA. Euphoria is the best diss track in the entire beef.
Observed in great performers like Michael Jordan is they're not only really skilled at what they do, but they're also really skilled at managing their own performance psychology because they understand what things get them to perform better. For Michael Jordan, that was people shit-talking him. Oh, you're gonna get that? Okay, then I'm gonna get this. It became personal for me. It's a joke, but it's also serious. I imagine that he had a strong reaction to TaylorMade, but he chose to put it in the art and not post it, and I think that is the key. You should take those feelings of anger. You should
Increase
put it into
demand
the
with
art,
scarcity
but don't
and
release it,
supply
at
with
least not
quality.
immediately.
Facts.
Give it some time to sit on it, to edit it, to really make sure that it's what you want to say. Calculated, not rushed. Why? Because once published, art is forever. And so now by Kendrick not
He completely
falling for
broke
the
Drake
gamble,
down
by not
in
giving
Euphoria.
it a rushing response, Drake's tailor-made freestyle gamble
Like,
would now
piece
backfire.
by piece.
That is the pain of instant gratification. It looked good at first, but now what has he done? It didn't force out the rushed response, so now all it's done is added fuel to the fire. Now Kendrick has so much more to go at him with. Oh, you mentioned my family? Oh, you're gonna disrespect our legends? And so, as an impatient person, this was a tremendous learning experience for me, that when Euphoria came out, I realized, you know what? No. It doesn't matter how long he took, because whenever Kendrick did respond, we were going to listen to it. It's not like we weren't gonna listen to it, it's Kendrick fucking Lamar. And so as long as he addressed everything and addressed it well, that's all that matters. Time is secondary. Again, if you want to hear what he has to say, and the demand is sky high, the only place we can get that supply is right here in the art that he releases. Euphoria. All he did was tweet a link to the song. And oh my god, what a masterclass of a first rounder this is. The first part prophesizing how the rest of the battle is going to play out, predicting what Drake is going to do.
The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling.
That was like fine at the time, but a year later, that line has aged extremely well.
Remember?
Obviously, there's fan favorites like
Cole and Ivory know I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends.
If not, I'm YNW Melly.
I don't like you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I had the same reaction, bro. I had the same reaction.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Okay.
His delivery is second to none. The way he says pushing me.
Yeah, fuck all that pushing P.
Let me see you push a T.
You better hard spinning again on him.
You think about pushing me.
Doesn't that sound
Terrence
like
Thornton. I'm
siblings
Terrence
arguing
Crawford.
and you,
Yeah, I'm
hold your arms, go pushing me. It's just fun. It's fucking silly. The juxtaposition between how silly this is and how serious the tracks is just wonderful. As an artist, use the principle of supply and demand to your advantage. By opting for quality over quantity, you not only make better things, but you're building a rarity so that when you do post, it's something people aren't gonna miss. But some people predicted that there might be another track from Kendrick based on a couple things. One, how he said,
back to back, I like that record. I'm gonna get back to that for the record.
And how the second definition on the cover art said they had almost a week to recover from Tuesday's series-winning victory. Well, Kendrick was planning to back-to-back the back-to-backer.
Raise my hands to a falling sky. I fantasize me jumping planets immortalized.
Let's talk about integrity. On 616 in LA, Kendrick grapples with the fact that he's going to war.
I know this type of power is gonna cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star.
This track was an important conversation with himself, a conversation with God, about what he's doing and why he feels justified that he does have to go to war for now in order to ultimately earn peace. So that's him having integrity with himself, but giving Drake a final warning has integrity with the rest of his message, because at the end of Euphoria, he clearly warns him about family.
Don't speak on the family, Crody. It can get deep in the family, Crody. If you take it there, I'm taking it further. That's something you don't want to do.
Kendrick gives him another warning and says,
we don't want to hear you say
I have a
no more.
You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it.
So both on the end of Euphoria and at the end of 616 in LA, Kendrick says, don't do it, don't do it. And despite Drake on push-ups telling Kendrick that he's begging Kai Cenat to stream his reaction, Drake begs Kai Cenat to stay on stream.
Stay on stream.
Just text me. Stay on stream.
So that he can come to the premiere of Family
And then he put him in the lawsuit.
That night on May 3rd. Drake says family matters, and to that I say integrity matters.
Family matters was good. It was good.
That middle verse was not part of the assignment. This song is called Family Matters. It's supposed to be a message to Kendrick that paints the picture saying, hey man, family matters. You gotta be a better family man. What the fuck does this middle verse have to do with that? To put this whole middle verse in the song called Family Matters that's not even about Kendrick, that just doesn't have integrity to the song. What the fuck is this middle verse? It feels like you're padding the word count. This feels like me in high school writing essays just to get my homework done. Just saying random shit. By the way, the music video for Family Matters is a shitty music video. It is much more of a visualizer than a lyric video.
But it was a good song. The song was
kind
good.
of insane. When y'all are counting the days that Kendrick hasn't responded, what were you doing? Because you previewed Family Matters on push-ups, so you presumably had that shit ready, and all you did that whole time we were waiting on Kendrick is shoot this shitty visualizer lyric video, not even a real music video?
We got the same 24, what you mad for?
But as a quality over quantity rock, wouldn't you agree this song is just so much better without that middle verse? It doesn't have so much more replayability, if that's what Drake is going for, making a hit song that puts him over the record for most hit singles over MJ. Is a 7.5-minute song with this awful middle verse gonna go number one? Come on, man. So the conceptual integrity of the song sucks, but really is the lesser point here. What matters far more is the integrity of one's character. It has a lot to do with your credibility and whether or not people should believe what you're saying.
I heard that one of them little kids might be
Day free. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was just a blatant lie. Day Free is he Kendrick's manager? He's a close friend of Kendrick's. I don't know his exact title or how he's connected to Kendrick. I think he's his manager. If I'm wrong, then correct me. But yeah, that was just a blatant lie. But other than that, I do think Family Matters was a good diss track. You know, it was a good diss track and a good song. It's also on my playlist. You know, cause at the end of the day, although I was on the Kendrick side of the beef, I think Kendrick won. But I'm still listening to Drake music because it's still Drake. At the end of the day, it's still Drake. You know. But yeah, like that was just a blatant lie. Drake did lie a lot throughout the beef.
crisis management team to clean up the fact that you beat on your queen.
So in saying that, now's a good time to pay a visit to our pal Taylor again. Remember Terry?
Terry?
Gibby!
He has a great lesson in this book that applies to what Drake's done here with Family Matters, and it goes, thou shalt not make shit up. I mean, this is once again the critical difference between making art for the short term versus making it for the long term. As Kendrick predicted on Euphoria, Drake's whole angle, because he didn't have any actual dirt on Kendrick, is to spread rumors, to stoop so low to discredit some decent people. Things that a year later have had absolutely no substantiated proof in reality of being true. So as an artist, your integrity matters. While it is possible to sway people in the moment with bold claims, with fabricating lies, time reveals all in the end.
The truth will be revealed!
In history will always favor those who speak the truth, who have integrity, because hindsight is 20/20 and they'll see that shit clearly. So as an artist, your integrity matters. The integrity of your works, but more importantly, the integrity of your character.
Indeed.
So I think integrity is intertwined with your reputation. I think your reputation comes as a result of your integrity. Now listen, we're still here on Friday, May 3rd. Most Friday nights, you probably want to go outside and touch some grass. You probably want to be hanging out with friends, maybe sharing some drinks, making
I'm a
memories.
loner.
But on Friday, May 3rd, 2024, oh, how it paid to be sitting at home on your phone. I will never forget that night. As Family Matters had just came out,
man, bro, I ain't gonna lie. When this, I actually made a reaction to this song, bro. When this song came out, bro,
crazy stuff. I don't know.
Dog.
Kendrick's camp is tweeting.
Dog,
they don't
bro.
seem too bothered by it. I remember seeing someone in Kendrick's camp say, "That was the nuke." I'm in like the middle of a sentence typing to them, and I get the notification
like, bro,
at the top of my screen. Kendrick Lamar tweeted,
"Yo, what's up, dude?"
Can you drop? You're lying. You're
Dog,
lying, bro. You're a cat.
the fact that he
Bro, you're a
dropped.
cat. He did? Oh my god, he did! Oh my god, he did! Oh my god, he did!
Bro.
Oh my god, no!
Bro, this is what I mean when I say he was petty, bro. Bro, he dropped Meet the Grams 15 minutes after Family Matters, bro. Petty, bro. That's just petty. Petty. People were still trying to upload they Family Matters reaction videos while also recording the Meet the Grams video, bro. Like, hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
No! 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 Oh my god, what's going on? This is actually insane. He didn't even let this nigga breathe.
Look at his chat, bro.
What? What? What are you saying to me? What?
Everybody had the same reaction. Lamnar. Kendrick Lamnar.
Wait, he actually dropped!
Kendrick K. Lamnar.
Wait, he dropped! Kendrick dropped! Kendrick dropped! Kendrick dropped! Wait, what the fuck?
No fucking way. What
He was
Kendrick
sick.
say? Kendrick dropped immediately.
Act was sick. That's a stream going. My stream going good. And man, that thumbnail is sickening.
No way.
The way that the first words of the song were already crazier.
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest.
This is how you
iPhone
set the
13
tone.
mini. What you
This
talking
is
about, guys?
concision. Because in the first two words of the song, the child that Pusha T had revealed that Drake was hiding in their beef several years ago.
Adonis is your son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run. That's real.
Kendrick is now writing a letter to Adonis, saying, "I'm sorry that man is your
Spoke
father."
directly
Now,
to that man's
guys,
family.
I gotta be honest.
Let me be honest.
When I made that
Miami,
prediction, this is what I was imagining. This was the magic current that I sensed from the future. This is the greatest diss track I've ever heard. The concept of writing to his family, not even talking to Drake anymore, but talking past him to his son and to his parents, is some of the most sinister,
Man, bro,
disgusting, disrespectful things I've ever heard. Incredibly disrespectful in concept alone. All you need to do is hear,
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That alone is just insane, dear Adonis.
This song is
the
dark
fact that
art,
one day
and
Adonis
it
is
has
going to hear this
cursed
song.
Drake and his family forever.
Adonis is
something
going
with
to
the
hear this
last
song
name
one day.
baked into it exists. There is no way Adonis will not hear this song. Adonis
Appreciate
will
the
be going
follow.
to middle school and high school, and people will be saying, "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father." It's actually insane.
Aquino JJJ.
This
However
is
you
dark
pronounce
art.
your name.
Personally,
Appreciate
I
the
like
follow.
dark art. That's why my last video is about a piece of dark art. Kind of mean tragedy and horror. That last video didn't do so well.
You ain't like that record?
It is crazy to me that this bluff. Drake said he had a nuke and it was just making up some stuff about Kendrick's family. He didn't actually have a nuke and he just sat there for 17 days and did nothing. And actually thought. He actually thought he was so smart. When Euphoria came out, they were like, wait. He said he's gonna drop another one. So let's wait for him to drop that other one, and then that's when we get him. He's gonna drop the next one, and then later that same day, we drop Family Matters. It'll be the ultimate prank. And so he does that, and 30 minutes later, Kendrick says, I knew you were gonna do that.
Everybody thought he was lying about that mole in the camp. Oh my God. Oh, RBC.
Drake. What is that? What is that?
This is about reputation. And what Meet the Grams is an absolute real nuke on Drake's reputation. And in true Kendrick fashion, it does get deeper as it progresses, culminating in a final verse that's to Aubrey himself, not Drake, the character of the actor, but the man underneath, taking the mask off and talking to Aubrey himself, the man behind the mask. Kendrick cut through to the depths of this man's soul.
Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in. Fuck a rap battle. This a long life battle with yourself.
I have never. What the fuck?
He's not even battling him anymore. He's just trying to educate you. Be a better man. Just do better. Please.
Drake thought he was clever bringing his mom into the beginning of Family Matters.
Maybe in this song, you shouldn't start by saying...
Drake brought his mom into the beef, and then 30 minutes later, Kendrick is like...
Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy. Now listen.
As if everything we've heard so far isn't insane.
Your son's a sick man.
Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think niggas like him should die. From a Weinstein should get fucked up in a cell for the rest of their lives.
Oh, my Lord. It was bad, bro.
I don't know if this is like
Drake was down bad
legally, how
when
he
this
says
came out.
He should die. You know, like he ought to. Like it'd be for the greater good. We would be better off without him. Imagine a situation where one of the greatest living writers has made a song and posted it to the world about
Look
you,
at that
which they
evil
are
smile, bro.
telling your parents
Pure
you
evil.
should die so all of these women can live with a purpose.
This is beyond anything I imagined. I thought it would be crazy, but somehow this is some psychotic shit that I never saw coming.
He hates black women.
Nah, this nigga Kendrick is a psychopath, bro. This nigga is a psychopath.
Bro.
Yo.
I said the same
Kendrick.
thing, bro, because like...
Bro, you scaring me, bro.
Why is he
Quickly
so
talking
petty
about
with it,
this
though?
third verse. Much like how there has been no substantiated proof to come out about Drake's allegations of Kendrick, this allegation of Drake having yet another child a year later has not been proven true. Personally, and this is just me, I think she exists. And I could be wrong. I just don't think Kendrick would
I
write
don't think
this
Drake
whole
has a
verse
daughter.
and publish it if he
I think that was just
wasn't
Kendrick
certain
dragging it.
that this child existed. Because this song is a nuke even without that verse. If you take away the daughter verse, the song is still insane. And so I don't think he has a reason to fake that. I really just don't think it's like him to put something in there that he's not sure about. So I could be wrong. He could be wrong. As incredible of an artist as he is a human that makes mistakes. Look at the Joel Osteen bar. He meant to say Haley Joel Osment. He got confused with Joel Osteen, which is pretty fucking funny, but it is proof that he is a human being. He got the names confused. It's fine. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. I feel like the daughter is real. And why haven't we seen her yet? Because they're not going to dox a child. You know? If she's real, it'll come out when the time
I'm
is
battling
right,
Ghost
but
or
we're not gonna dox a child for this rap. Alright, moving on. So Meet the Grams is one of the craziest songs I've ever heard. Wake Up Saturday, May 4th, just
That song-
stunned of what it just
that song
happened the
scared
night
me, bro. I ain't
before.
gonna
And I
lie.
think people forget
That
what
piano,
he
it was
did
just
with
scary.
Meet the Grams would be the setup for the next track, Not Like Us. The next day, he would drop Not Like Us, which in parallel, if Meet the Grams was a nuke on Drake's reputation, not only was Not Like Us dancing on the grave, but it was solidifying Kendrick's reputation as a guy standing for his virtues, standing for his beliefs. That's what he told SZA in that interview, what he believes the song is about. This is where many would say that Kendrick beat Drake at his own game by taking the diss track crown for the most replayed. Kendrick would back-to-back the back-to-backer twice, but to a much higher level, because Charged Up into back-to-back was a pretty good combo. Euphoria and 616, pretty good combo. But Meet the Grams into Not Like Us is the most insane combo I've ever seen. At this point, we're getting a whole Kendrick Hates Drake EP, but they're progressing the way an EP does. Not only are they changing in style, but the way one track follows the next is so well put together that you could only drop Not Like Us right after a Meet the Grams.
When Not Like Us came out, that shit was insane, bro.
How Drake thought he had the leg up on him, and 30 minutes later, Kendrick appears behind him with the real nuke.
Psst, there's something you don't want to do. Psst, I see dead people.
And then this would go on to be the song.
Bro, you couldn't go nowhere without hearing Not Like Us, bro. You couldn't go to work, school, the hospital. You couldn't go nowhere without hearing Not Like Us, bro. This song was played everywhere for at least a month straight, if not 2. And I still be hearing this song a lot. This song took over the world, bro. It took over summer. Like, everybody and their mama knew this song. And a lot of older people didn't even know the meaning behind the song.
The most replayed.
They didn't even know the context
anthem,
behind this song.
Anti-PDF file
It was
anthem.
just catchy.
Certified level boy, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. Don't fuck 'em up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff.
A minor has been so catchy that people forgot that is a flow rebuttal to what Drake did with the Day Free line.
Day free.
I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize that till just now.
Once again, those Tupac lines.
You think the Bay gon' let you disrespect Pac, nigga? I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop, nigga.
Bro, I would catch my mom around the house randomly just saying, they not like us. They not like us. I asked her, do you know the meaning behind that song? She said no. When I told her that was a diss on Drake, she was surprised, bro. Because she actually liked Drake music. When I told her that was a diss on him, she was... Because the thing is, right, I don't think she heard the full song. Because even in the song, he called Drake out by name. And she still was surprised when I told her that it was a diss on Drake. Oh my Lord.
Has backfired. He was trying to rush his opponent, to cheese him, to go all in.
I think she
real
just
early,
heard it on
but
TikTok.
It didn't work. Kendrick used that
little
against him.
portions of it on TikTok. 4, 5 plus 5.
This song would go on to get 1 billion streams. It would go on to win 5 Grammys for calling Drake a PDF file, which Kendrick got as many Grammys as Drake with Not Like Us. So as an artist, your reputation matters. It shapes what people expect from you. It can work for or against you. And finally, let's talk about Coherence. Not the indie film movie. Great film, you should see if you haven't. But talking about the consistency of your message. Because The Heart Part 6 is not just the worst diss track I've ever heard. Not just the worst...
I ain't gonna lie, The Heart Part 6 was horrible.
But it is
no, I take that back.
For the worst song I've...
I know I said Tailor Made was the worst diss track, but The Heart Part 6 was the worst diss track.
Y'all are digging.
DJ, may I ask you something? Yeah, go for it, bro.
Ever heard. The Heart Part 6 is so bad it almost does as much damage to Drake as the previous 2 Kendrick tracks did. I think 3 nukes were dropped on Drake and one of them was the Heart Part 6. Pro tip, in the unfortunate circumstance that someone is comparing you to a sex criminal,
Him and Weinstein should get fucked up in a cell for the rest of their life.
don't compare yourself to a whole other sex criminal in your defense.
Hold on, y'all. Hey, Dylan! I'm busy over here. Thank you.
simultaneously refers to it as this Epstein shit and says, I'm too rich to get away with this. He is literally talking about a person who was so rich he could get away with running an underage sex ring.
Only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I never looked twice at no teenager.
I knew y'all thought I was a pedophile. That's not a thing.
No, the thing is, bro, why it was so bad? Nobody brought up Millie Bobby Brown. Kendrick didn't say nothing about Millie Bobby Brown. Drake was literally, he was just addressing everything. He was just addressing everything people were saying on TikTok. But that wasn't necessarily a response to Kendrick. Kendrick didn't say anything about Millie Bobby Brown. He snitched on himself. Drake self-sabotaged himself.
To Millie Bobby Brown. No one even brought her up. Where are you getting
exactly?
If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. You thought you left D flat, D major.
Don't claim that you fed them information seconds after saying whoever they're getting their information from is clowns. Don't say that your opponent would be a worthy competitor if you were really a predator.
You would be a worthy competitor if I was really a predator.
Ugh. It hurt itself in this confusion. The coherence of your message is paramount. It should be consistent and cohesive. And Drake went from begging Kendrick to drop to begging Kendrick to stop. Just within the art that Drake has submitted, there is so much contradiction, let alone the real-life antics that he's doing now with the lawsuits and whatnot. There is so much incoherence, so much contradiction. In stark contrast to Kendrick, who simply told us what was going to happen, and then that happened. He has been saying the same thing the whole time. It is crystal clear in the art, and the fact that he doesn't communicate outside of the art makes it that much clearer for us, because this is all we have to look at.
I'm not gonna lie, this shit was some good exercise, like good to get out the pen work there.
This is not a diss track, this is a defense track. His energy and intensity on the subject matter is at an all-time low. It does not properly follow what is before it. You have lost the plot, dude. This shitty, mother eye, it is unforgivable. Oh, it is so, there's so many bad moments on this. This song is F tier, maybe double F tier. There's so many profoundly bad moments on this song.
Bro, I would have put it at F tier. I give it like D. Pause.
He's to misinterpret the point of the song. And even if he correctly interpreted it, what a terrible angle.
Drake is looking weaker and weaker every day.
What did that say? Drake banned from Raptors broadcast for 1 year. Made disparaging comments on DeMar DeRozan on November broadcast.
And weaker every day.
Damn.
TikTok videos you collected and dissected.
This guy really thinks that Kendrick is out here collecting and dissecting TikToks. What are
if
we
he did,
doing?
that's what Drake
What
did.
is this Mickey Mouse bullshit? What are these high school antics? But fortunately, you don't have to stoop to that level of Instagram comments, because this is a battle of art, and Kendrick can put his rebuttal in the art, and that's exactly what
This
he
music
did.
video was
in this
dope.
beautiful moment where we finally
Look at
get to
Whitney.
not even hear what Whitney has to say, but to show us how she feels about the battle. It is the epitome of show versus tell. Drake is telling us as suspect how Dave is commenting on Whitney's post, and
Why isn't Whitney denying all of the allegations?
they show us them dancing on this man's grave with their kids. It is of utmost importance that both Kendrick and Whitney chose to stand for this form of communication, to set
they
the
had too much
standard
fun
for
with
the
that
future
music
moving
video.
forward. That you don't have to
Had the
reply
whole
on that
city
level.
of
You don't have to get on social media and
calling
post your
this
response
man.
there. You can take your time and on your own schedule
PDF!
the truth and put it into the art. And that's what they did. It's probably the most beautiful part of this battle, is Whitney dancing on Drake. It's a far healthier and far more impactful way of communicating in the digital age. And it's probably a big reason why it won a fucking Grammy. This 10 to 15 second moment.
You mean
would be one of
5
the most
Grammys? It
memorable
won
things
5
of that.
Grammys.
I think
Put
it's
some
undisputedly
respect.
the best shot.
Put some respect on it.
I think the second best is the tightrope one. That one is insane.
Like, bro, that's insane. Right?
Really the coup de grace. And even though this man was already
crip
dead,
walk-
what little
to
was
crip
left of
walk
the
on a
argument was
tightrope.
this, and they obliterated
That's
it in
insane.
spectacular fashion.
I am a war general, season in preparation.
Dude, you need help.
Stop it.
Get some help.
So as an artist, the coherence of your message is paramount. It should be consistent and cohesive. I don't know. I just look at the Heart Part 6 and it's like, this... Just remember our golden rule, man. Like, this is what you chose to say on wax in the art forever? It's just... Ugh. It's so bad.
Delayed gratification.
Grammy? Is he gonna get a Grammy? Maybe.
The whole point of delayed gratification is that while it's hard at first, it ultimately wins big later. And so this has been a tremendous learning experience for someone who's impatient like me, who's grown up in the digital age, the era of instant gratification, that it didn't matter that it would take 17 days or whatever for Kendrick to respond and that Drake would get to paint the narrative first, because the picture that Kendrick ultimately painted was so much more coherent and so much more potent that it completely won the narrative. While Kendrick had clearly won the battle, now J. Cole and Drake are actually just spiraling with some of the definitively worst features we've ever seen from them.
It's grippy. And she said she was gay until I slayed. Now she's strictly diggly. As soon as she pays, I'm on the way, and I be showing up.
Yeah, we doomed. We're bro, J. Cole fan, we cook.
TDRBC, Scotiabank, RBC, CIBC, PC Financial.
No!
I guess see how
Hell no.
I'll get him later on, bro.
This is a joke. This cannot be real. No.
I got a lot of stuff going on right now.
No, this is not real. This is not real.
So when I get everything settled in, I'll worry about them later.
Jay, get up! Jay!
There's no fucking way.
So, what have we learned? Kendrick won because he takes art seriously. And serious artists respect the fact that once published, art is forever. They recognize that art is a long game, and therefore artists should play the long game, because what we're making will outlive us all. Drake played for the instant gratification, which lasted all of 17 days. Kendrick played for the delayed gratification, or all the days after those 17. And it has now been 306 days since Push-Ups dropped, the same day I posted my last Kendrick video. And just look at what has happened since. Winning the battle in May would result in a victory concert in June, a victory lap album in November, 5 Grammy wins, and a historic, record-breaking Super Bowl performance in February. But while Kendrick takes his art seriously, some of you don't, and that's a problem. You see, I get a lot of comments much worse than the one I showed at the beginning of this video. Some of you probably saw the one on my community post just before posting this. You don't have to like everything that I like. You might not be into hip-hop as a genre, but to say that it's not music, to belittle the art form that I love, is ignorant at best and straight up racist at worst.
When people talk about rap, man,
why do you keep talking about
monkey music? It's just rap, and it's not an actual.
Come on, man.
You know, kind of like belittle it. So
you
I
gotta
love
take it that far.
It gets that type of recognition for just straight raps, from awards to the billboards, all that, because this is truly just as big as an art form and a genre as.
Well, let me tell you something. That man right there that makes that monkey music. That man got 21 Grammys. 21. He's the rapper with the 3rd most Grammys, behind Kanye and Jay-Z. So that monkey music making an impact in
any other genre.
And you know what? Maybe you won't get it right now, and that's fine, because real artists play the long game, and I see new people discovering the art of rappers like Kendrick Lamar every year.
It's so good. It's so fucking good.
People are still discovering his work that came out over a decade ago. New people are diving into the stories. New people are digging into the goldmine of lyricism, wordplay, and poetry. New people are finding songs they can't help but dance to.
That music video
New people are finding songs that make them cry.
That was a powerful song.
I'm crying, man.
And that's why I love rap, Sam. That's the power of art. And that's the art of delayed gratification. Because art has the power to touch the hearts and minds of not just everyone alive the moment it's released, but anyone and everyone who comes after us forever.
W video. Amazing video. An amazing video. You could tell he put a lot of time and effort into that video. The link to the original video will be in the description below. So if y'all want to go check it out for yourselves, y'all can. But this was an amazing video. Shout out to Kendrick. And hell, shout out to Drake, bro. You know, thank y'all for giving us a reason to love hip hop again. We needed that. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.